Yo! Look at this.
You got it working?
Blackhand, look, watch this.
Oh my god. So was it just the timing?
Okay. I think I know how to fix it. And we're gonna try this on the Hummer.
Is
All
it
right.
is it what I saw you did earlier where we
Yes, yeah.
removed the skin off the object and then just
What
assign
we did was
another
we
object to
got
the
rid of
object?
the extra bone, but then we reassigned the different. Yes. Okay. All right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna test this on the Hummer. Let's close out all of these projects, and we're gonna open up a fresh Hummer, and we're gonna port it into our Hummer test mod.
You
If
got it working.
Yeah, I think I did. I think we did, but
Yeah, what I did, I got rid of the bone, but I created a box, right? And removed the skin, right? So it has its own little bone it creates automatically, right?
yeah.
And I created another box with our skin and attached it to the parent chassis object or
Okay,
the parent bone or
so
whatever you want to call that.
this could be a little tutorial for those that would be watching this, because we've been trying to figure this out for a while. But the wheels, you try to add an object, you export it out, wheels don't rotate. Why the frick does that happen? It's because when you're using the importer, it is bringing in it's like importing an extra set of bones that's not supposed to exist. So what you have to do is, let's say we go and import our unit. I'm a little scattered right now. Let's go to models and we'll import our Hummer. And this, yeah, that's from the correct spot. So MV Hummer.
I think we have to reparent the bones back or the meshes
Yes,
to
you are
the
correct.
chassis.
We do. But this is what ends up happening. It creates this extra set of bones here that has the exact same names as the meshes. And what you're supposed to do is create a mesh. It could be a spherical thing. It could be an editable
Well, what
mesh.
you would do is you duplicate the object you already have and then name it that and then
Not
get rid of
exactly, because like the object that's here, this is like the 4 tires, okay? And what is important is that you associate those tires with the correct parts. So like right here, if we take a look at this, you can see that this wheel, this is the left wheel because it's L00. Um, and this is the one that rotates. It's the one that rotates in the front. This one, left, LT, it's the left wheel, so it's L01, but this has NT after the word wheel, and that makes it to where it doesn't rotate. These wheels rotate, these wheels do not. And it has that same structure for all of these. But for simplicity's sake, what I think I'm going to do is let's hide all of the LODs except for LOD 3, and we're only going to edit that one. So that would go for the tires as well. So we have windows, Hummer, and we have tires. So that way we only have the big bad main mesh, and that's going to make it to where if I go far away from the object, it's going to disappear. But I don't care. We're just here to get the wheels working. But keep in mind that structure. So if we highlight this and we look at the individual wheels, you can tell that when we edit this, you can see that each wheel is connected to its respective counterpart. And this is what I believe needs to happen in order to fix the problem. First, you have to go into the schematic view where you have all your bones, and you're going to take this original bone, because like all of these have their original spots, original locations, whatever. And we need to take these 4 and delete them. So we're going to Go in here, delete selected, and then it's separated the original wheel meshes. And then what we're going to do is take that and reconnect it to the chassis bone, like this. So now that's reconnected to the chassis. All four of those wheels and their LOD variants, assuming that you have LOD models, they need to be reconnected to those individual wheel meshes, because the wheel meshes are acting like the bones. And like what Blackhant said earlier, the way you make those is that you create the cylinder, you create the mesh, you use a mesh, whatever, but it can't have a skin modifier on it. Like if you have a skin modifier on it, then that's bad. I don't think it needs to have a texture, but if you were to have a texture, that texture needs to be
I don't think it needs a material. It could just
yeah.
use AI default or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like mesh bump colorized, not R skin bump colorized. It's mesh bump colorized if you were to use one. But so like for example, we need to connect this wheel in the front. We need to reassign the bone. So this one, it rotates. So not turning is back here, and then turning is up here. So if we're going to add the bone, we actually need to add all four of these, sorry. But we're going to take this, and then we're going to go here, and we need to add all four of these. And actually, because all of this is separated, it automatically distributes the original like points. So I think, like if I went in here and went to the paint weights, or no, not the paint weights, but the weights table. No, it's not connected to anything. That is a problem. I guess I'll paint it. And we won't use blend paints. Don't want to do that. And from what I remember, you need to go in here and you need to make sure to set this bone effect limit to 1 instead of 20. Uh,
Oh, what does one do?
well, the problem is that, like, with different meshes, like when you're connecting all this stuff together, it can blend all that stuff, and you don't want it to
Ah,
blend like to where vertices can be connected to multiple bones. Only one vertice can be connected to one bone at a time.
yeah.
Um, so no blending, none of that stuff. Yeah, I can paint on top of this, and that just grabbed a whole lot of it. Maybe I need to change the size here. And it probably wouldn't hurt if I temporarily hid the other mesh. So like if I just hid the window and I hid the vehicle itself. Where is it? Right here. Then that can get out of the way for me. And I should just be able to paint these.
At the same time, it
Sometimes
calls it a mesh. It's like a mesh that is a bone.
sometimes I hate modding this game. Okay, but basically we reassign that to all four of those. So you have right, left, and this stands for non-turning in the back. So if we, in theory, we should be done with that. We'd have to do that for all four different sets of the wheels, which sucks. That's hypothetically how it's done. But for now, we're just going to keep LOD 3. I'm going to remove everything else, just so we know that this is indeed our edited version of it in the game. But if we have that there, we still have our collision box. Let's just export this and see if it rotates in the game. Export, and we're going to export this to our mod. It should be, yeah, Hummer wheel testing. And we're going to export this as an ALO, MV Hummer. So we'll save that, replace it, and let's see if the wheels rotate in the game. It's the wrong mod. We want this one.
I would recommend you zoom in real close.
Okay, so as you can tell, this is LOD3. So this is the model that we created, and if we go away from it, it disappears. If we go next to it, it reappears because we got rid of the other LODs. And look at that! The wheels are moving! We figured it out, Black Ant. We did it. We got
Yeah.
the wheel physics working in the dang game. This makes me very happy. And you can tell they're rotating as well. Perfect. Beautiful even. I can work with this.